Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I wanted to discuss those beat battles that have been happening on Instagram. They're so awesome and I just have so much to say about them, but I'm going to do my best to keep it to a minimum. And again, I'm doing my makeup. This time I'm using the Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I'm very excited. Okay, so let's get into it, right? And I did my brows off camera, but anywho, these beat battles are really awesome. Okay, like just for anybody that loves music, they're just amazing. And shout out to Swiss Beats and Timbaland for doing it first, or doing the first ones, and then for them keeping it going. I wasn't able to catch the first one with Swiss and Tim, but I know that's not the first time they've battled. And I caught their battle before that one, and it was intense. When you really think about it, now we're able to interact with music in such a way that we haven't been able to before. And especially interact with the artists who created the music in a way that we haven't really been able to before. You know, you would have to be in a specific job to get into the same rooms as these people, and now, especially with this quarantine, we have more accessibility to these people via social media and, you know, any type of virtual gathering, which is super cool because, like I said before, you would either have to see them live or you have to work within the industry to really sit down and see like what it is that these people do and how well they do it. So Johntá Austin and NeYo battled it out last night, and what a battle it was. Like, that was such a good battle, and I personally believe that Johntá got it because his arsenal was crazy, like super crazy. Like, I was taken down like memory lane from the both of them, honestly, but Johntá has such an incredible pen game, and he's written some of the most iconic songs of the millennium, and even in the 90s, because he's been around for that long. And NeYo, being a recording artist himself, can also write his own music and write for others. I feel like that's a skill that not many songwriters have, where they can make music for themselves and for others and have them both be as successful. So I think that's really commendable on NeYo's part, because again, that's not an easy thing to do. And it's just like kind of like how, you know, producers that want to rap, that's not necessarily always a transferable skill, but in NeYo's case it definitely is, and he did a great job too. Let me actually look at the list here, because I have the list of singles that both of them played. Shout out to Sade. Okay, so just to give you an overview real quick of what Johntá is responsible for in music. He wrote Shake It Off by Mariah Keri. He wrote Don't by Bryson Tiller. He wrote Yo by Chris Brown. And Need a Girl by Trey. Songs like, listen, hits after hits after hits. And then for NeYo, he wrote Unfaithful by Rihanna, Knock You Down by Keri Hilson, Bust It Baby, and of course Irreplaceable by Beyonce. So there's definitely blow for blow. Like, this was an amazing battle to watch, but also it allowed us to enjoy the music with them, and it allowed us to have more insight on what their hand was in creating these albums or creating these songs. And it's just amazing the talent that both of these men have. To really see like the growth in them, but also to acknowledge like your growth in your musical taste, or you know what it is that you still connect to and you didn't even think that you still connected to it, or you didn't remember that that was like your jam until he played it, or until one of them played it, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot about this song. You wrote this song? Like, it was just a bunch of like brain explosions going off all at once. And I think that's the beautiful part about music, about timeless, good, classic music. Like music that's well made, music that's well written, music that comes from a space that is deeper than what we can see visually in people. I think both of those men really possess the ability to capture that, not only for themselves but for others, which is, I feel, a bit more difficult to do, because I'm sure there was a lot of us that didn't know that Johntá wrote half those songs that literally scored our formative years and our adolescence, and the songs that our parents played on Saturdays when it's time to clean. Like, he really had a hand in those classic records. And NeYo, I feel like, his music just needs to age a little bit more. The songs that he's created need to age a little bit more to really have that same like lasting effect. And this isn't to say that NeYo's songs already don't have longevity, because they do, because as we can see, like, those songs were great. But I think Johntá just had a more diverse pen, and we were able to see the types of content that he could write about for different people, and the way that it still showed him as a writer, showed like, you know, this is his craft, and this is why don't we start with, let's start with this, that Johntá wrote while he was a teenager, still not legally allowed to buy like alcohol or anything, and he wrote this song. Insanity. Like, sweet lady. It's really nice to see the people that have been working behind the scenes for so long come from behind the curtain and show themselves, and really put themselves out there like, yeah, I did this. And I think that's really just a wonderful thing. This is equally an outlet for these creators as it is for us as consumers. With the quarantine going on right now, and we have to be in this self-imposed isolation, a lot of us are kind of going stir crazy in the house and just need something to kind of take our minds off of it and allow us to feel good. And I feel like these beat battles are definitely the way to do that, and they're, again, opening us back up to each other. They're opening us back up to different artists that we may have forgotten about, or different songs that we may have forgotten about, and just bringing us all together to enjoy the music, enjoy the vibration, enjoy the feeling and the mood. You know, music saves lives. Music saves lives, and it helps people to cope. It helps people to deal with what it is that they may be going through. It helps people to understand that they're not alone, and that things will be better. Things will be better. And I feel like that's definitely what all of us need right now. Is that relief. We need that spiritual relief. We need that creative relief. We need that emotional relief, the mental relief. You know, a lot of us are still trying to deal with being with ourselves, and music has always been a way to cope with that. Revel in the arts and support the arts, because that's what allows us to get through those tough times, get through this tough time. You know, it allows us to remember our humanity. It allows us to remember the humanity of others, and it allows us to reconnect with ourselves too. And music is an excellent way to do that. Great music is an excellent way to do that. And Johnta, Austin, and NeYo provided excellent music for the evening last night. We all tuned in collectively and enjoyed that, and we were able to revel in their craft, and it was beautiful. Because yes, it is an industry, and yes, money does need to be made, but at the end of the day, the people that are creating are people. The people that are listening are people. And the people that are consuming want to know how this greatness occurs. And we are able to really open ourselves up and really allow ourselves to enjoy and allow ourselves to feel, because we deserve that. And being able to share that experience with our favorite artists, like Jadakiss was in there, Fat Joe was in there, literally everybody you could think of was in there. The Dream, Swizz was in there, Timbaland was in there. Like it was amazing just to see how everyone interacted with each other, and how everyone was just there to really enjoy the music, there to enjoy the healthy competition, and there to get some relief, to get their minds off of whatever could be causing them stress, you know, outside of this pandemic that we're experiencing. And music is healing, and that's what we all did last night. We were all healing last night together, watching Johnta and NeYo's beat battle, because it just opened up room for love and for light. It opened up room to laugh. It opened up room to enjoy. And I know, especially now, it feels extremely hard to enjoy anything. It feels like it's impossible to enjoy anything, especially when now we have to do it through screens. Now we kind of don't have the choice. And then what I think this will do for music too, as far as moving forward with how we consume, how we connect with artists and everything, I hope that we do more to open up that transparency between the consumer and the artist. And I also hope that we are able to do more to acknowledge the work that goes into making music, and we stop being so impatient about when and how these artists are planning to release their music. does it look? Yes. Well, I like it anyway. But make sure you all subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my website, and especially if you're a small business owner or creative, you will receive 25% discount on all my services. And I am now on Zoom, so we can have virtual meetings, and all of my consultations are free. So definitely head to Giraffe's Eye View and subscribe, and then take a check at services, and also look at the resources. I'll be updating those some more today. My social media is Giraffe's Eye View on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, so do be a solid and follow. See you guys later.